Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany Whitaker. I'm the pastor at First United Methodist Church in Sealy. Welcome to this week's Midweek Connection. I'm so delighted that you could join me today. This week, we are going to be talking about a very important and powerful topic, the crucifixion of Jesus and God's love. The cross is often seen as a symbol of suffering and of death, but it is also a powerful reminder of the deep, deep love that God has for each and every one of us. Last week, we began exploring more subjective atonement theories, looking at how the crucifixion transforms our hearts, how it changes the way we see the world. This Sunday, we will continue to explore the cross and how it changes our hearts toward God. In Jesus' self-giving death, we see the fullest revelation of God's love. And when we receive this wondrous love, it draws us in. It changes our story and it sends us out to live a life of love. The purpose of this sermon is to show how the cross reveals the very heart of God. It's not a message of anger and wrath, but rather one of wondrous, self-giving love. It's God's declaration that you are loved. And it's a love that transforms us, that calls us to live lives of sacrificial love in return. The title of the sermon this week is What Wondrous Love Is This? The Crucifixion and God's Love. The hymn, What Wondrous Love Is This? Is a hauntingly simple yet profound tune that will set the stage for our discussion of God's nature, contrasting a loving God that we see in Jesus with the capricious, angry, and self-serving gods of the ancient world. We'll dive deeper into God's love revealed, emphasizing how God's love reveals God's character, and that it's the kind of love that would lay God's self down for us. We'll look at the cross as a message of love and invite you to consider, how do you know you're loved? What is the proof for God's merciful love? And how do we receive that love and experience it? We'll explore the reasons why many people imagine God as angry and condemning or distant, and how Jesus shows us a God who eats with sinners, who defends the woman caught in adultery, and who welcomes the lost. Every broken person whom Jesus encounters receives unconditional love. We can find hundreds of examples of Christ-like love in the Old Testament. The word hesed, which means steadfast love, it is mentioned 248 times. And ahav, which means affectionate love, is mentioned over 200 times. Each of these points to the nature of God as loving God's people. And my friends, it's not enough to simply know that we're loved by God. We have to receive that love and then reflect the love, return the love to God and to neighbor. Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. He has called us to live cruciform lives, lives that are selfless, sacrificial, and serving. We're going to explore what living a cross-shaped life looks like as we come to understand the very depths of God's love. God's love is not cautious, it's not calculating, it is extravagant and self-giving. We'll live daily in remembrance of the one who died for us, and this wondrous love will draw us in. It will transform us and send us out. Have you accepted God's wondrous love? How will you live differently in response to his love? Let us all open our hearts to the wondrous love of God. I hope you can join us for this powerful sermon on this Palm Sunday. And don't forget, We have our 15th annual Easter extravaganza on Sunday as well from 1 to 4 p.m. So be sure to join us for a hoppy good day in the park. I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. God bless.